basket out of here, but I finally got it out. That's what the fuse breaker looks like. What I need to do is get in here and tighten up all these cables, because I'm bogging down and losing power to the motor. And I don't know if this thing has, right here is where the chain is going up into the transaxle, which is the differential right here. And I'm getting some kind of slippage. I don't know if there's some kind of a chain adjustment in there. I'm going to have to get up underneath there, and once I get this thing jacked up. So what's happening is I'm losing power, battery power, to the motor. So I presume it's some type of a loose connection, or maybe something to do with the, here is the, that is the computer box. So it could be a lot of things. The two brakes, the shoe brakes up in the front and the disc brakes in the back are handled by two levers up front. When you disconnect, when you let go of the throttle, it stops power to the motor, so there might be some interference there. And with those two brakes, there's two switches in those brakes that disconnect the motor from the power. So there's a lot to go wrong. Plus you got the throttle, which is a rheostat, and then you've got the power decrease knob. That is also a rheostat. That could be causing the problem. So somewhere I'm getting some kind of a loss of power to the motor. There's no loss of power to the lights, but it's a loss of power to the motor. And then you have to back off the throttle, let it sit for a second, and then it'll engage again. So I think it was, I've tightened up all these battery cables. So I'm going to leave this box out of here for a while. So when I do get some of these little noises and the thing bogs down, I'm going to be able to get in there and see what it could be. But the owner's manual says that if some kind of grinding is going on in the transaxle, that means that the chain could be loose, or the magnets in the motor could be moving around inside the motor casing. So hopefully there's going to be some kind of adjustment for that chain. So it is not gear driven from the motor to the differential, which is in the transaxle. It is not gear driven. It is a sprocket on the motor and a sprocket on the differential, and hopefully this can be adjusted. So here's the place where I can fill my oil that'll go inside my transaxle. So it's good to know that. It's probably going to be Castrol transmission oil or differential oil. So I'll just leave this out of here for now. There's the shock adjustments. The shocks are pretty good in here. The springs and shocks are surprisingly good. So I'll take it out for a spin now and see if it'll what it'll do. By the way, it was hard getting that box out of here.